have a pleasure to present again Ivan Cerquera, our president of Higher Carnival Foundation, and he has some awards for us. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming here today, and I'm going to be short, very short. When we started this organization, the main idea was the garden. Building a Colombian garden for all. It took 7 years, and you are seeing very soon a video of what we built 7 years later. Counting COVID, so pretty much 5 years. It wasn't easy. But the most beautiful thing after building the garden, when I'm sitting by myself and thinking, what else did we accomplish? We accomplished this. We accomplished community. I'm seeing kids. Our first events, we had probably 4 or 5 kids. Now I see more than probably 20 kids, and that's beautiful. So we not only accomplished a garden, a structure, we are finding new friends. And thank you so much for spending your time, which is very valuable. You could be doing anything with other friends, family, other places, but you're here today, and that means a lot to us. Muchas gracias a todos, a todas las personas que han venido aquí y a las nuevas caras que vemos. Este jardín ha sido 7 años de trabajo y ha valido la pena. Pero lo más importante después de construir esta estructura que ustedes están viendo en el video ha sido conseguir amigos, ver niños como mis niños. Cuando empecé el jardín 7 años, ellos no estaban aquí. Como muchos niños que veo acá no estaban, y es la futura generación, y eso es bonito ver, encontrar nuevos amigos, poner semillas para que estos niños sepan de nuestra cultura. Para los nuevos inmigrantes que también sé que hay acá, muchas gracias. Nosotros también queremos que ustedes sean parte de Cleveland, así como nosotros somos ahora parte de Cleveland. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you. Gracias.
I would like to present our Executive Director, Thomas Turkey. He is the Cleveland Cultural Garden. He comes from the Cultural Garden Federations. So he's going to tell us how we are doing. And he's going to help us how to complete this garden, correct, Tom? Big applause for our Director, Thomas Turkey.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. This is a great event. It's great to see these new gardens coming on board, especially for you guys. You're almost on to your 1-year anniversary of your dedication, which was last November. So congratulations on that. As you can see through a lot of the photos, with One World Day, which was a couple months, almost, well, not a couple months, but anyway, it was, seems like a year ago already. It was a tremendous event. You can see the parade was huge. Your vibrant colors showed as always. But, we had over, Damien's in this year, so he's one of my cohorts in One World Day, so, yeah, we had over 50 different communities in our parade of nations and all that. We had estimated about 45,000 people came through that day. It was tremendous, one of the best days. The best thing that I was able to do was to provide the good weather. So I'm taking full credit for that as executive director. That was my part. As I said, I'm executive director of what's called the Cleveland Cultural Gardens Federation. We're like the governing body of all the gardens in that chain. There's over 38 gardens right now established and existing, yours being the latest one that was added to that list. We have right now 12, believe it or not, 12 more gardens in the works that have sites already picked out, representing different cultures, which is adding to the diversity of the gardens. Historically, as you know, the original gardens were mostly European back in the 20s and 30s and 40s. they were pretty much the first wave of immigrants that came to the area, so they were the ones that first kind of have the wherewithal to build a garden. But now we have groups coming in from the Middle East. We've just approved gardens from Jordan, Iran, Iraq, Palestine. Let's see who was. We have Egypt, Peru. Roberto's here, so Peru will be our second South American country represented. That's wonderful. I just met with a group from Sudan. Interesting enough, so Sudan could potentially be our second. Ethiopia was our first garden from Africa. Sudan would be our second if that comes to fruition. I'm getting calls. Dominican, they finally reached out again, so Dominican Republic is trying to come on board. Trying to think of who else. Filipino, Egypt, Mexico. So we're getting a very, very diverse representation on the gardens, which is great. And I think a lot of it is due to One World Day. One World Day has really raised our profile in the city among all the different communities, so they all now want to come on board and have their own garden there. Just a little bit of background about myself. As I said, I'm the executive director of the Federation that oversees all the gardens. I came on board through the Croatian garden. That was my involvement. The Croatians did not have a garden, believe it or not, even considering they have a pretty large population here. I think it's been estimated at about 35,000 of us. Technically, what happened was there used to be what was called the Yugoslav garden. Of course, with the split up of Yugoslavia, the Slovenians got that piece of land, so we decided in the late 90s to try and start a garden. And as you guys know, it's a pretty hard task, designing it. Of course, the hardest part is always raising the money. So I was on that committee to raise the money. And we, like every other garden, we've done it in phases. Our first phase was dedicated in 2012. We have, if you know, the focal point of our part on Martin Luther King is the statue of the immigrant mother. That was my father's work. My father was a sculptor, a Croatian sculptor, so that was my connection to the community. So with that involvement, I got on the board of the Federation. Been on their board for about 12 years. And then just in this past March, I took over as executive director, and I'm trying to be at the helm of this organization since then. Don't want to bore you too much. I want you to get onto your entertainment. So just a few things that are kind of exciting that are coming up for the gardens. I don't know if you've known, we had a kind of advertise. We have a self-guided audio tour that's up and running. So each garden that's established will have its own audio tour stop. So people that are walking through the gardens can listen about the gardens. Second big news is we're having what they call a comfort station, which is a fancy word for a bathroom. Finally getting a permanent one installed. Should go in by the end of this year and be operational for the next season. Then we have just a few events coming up. We're going to have our annual holiday lighting at the plaza. Please come on down. That's coming in December. Christmas tree, we have Santa. We give out gifts to the neighborhood children. It's a great event. We'll have our holiday gathering in December as well. And I'll be sending out e-blasts so you guys can get the information on that. And then, let's see, next spring we're going to have another gala, which will all be invited. Again, we'll be sending out information about that. I think that's pretty much all I have. Your time for your entertainment. So, thank you everybody for having me.
Big applause for our director of the Civil and Cultural Gardens. Thank you. Okay.